Supergirl flew through the boom tube that had opened above Metropolis. On the other side, she found herself on the dark, fire-scorched surface of Apokolips, the homeworld of Darkseid. The ruler of Apokolips himself was waiting for her, a cruel smile on his stone face. "Welcome, Kryptonian," his voice boomed. "You have interfered with my plans for the last time. This ends today." Darkseid fired his Omega beams at Supergirl. She dodged the destructive beams and shot back with her heat vision. Darkseid shrugged off the attack and slammed his fist into the ground, cracking the surface of Apokolips and sending a shockwave at Supergirl. She was knocked out of the air, crashing to the ground. Darkseid strode over and stomped down on Supergirl, trying to crush her into the ground. She caught his foot with both hands and pushed up with all her might, throwing Darkseid off balance. He toppled over, and Supergirl pummeled him with a rapid series of punches that would have leveled a mountain. Enraged, Darkseid grabbed Supergirl and took to the air, smashing her through building after building in Armageddon, Darkseid's capital city. Blooded and bruised, Supergirl broke free and knocked Darkseid higher into the air with an uppercut, then unleashed her heat vision directly into his eyes. Blinded, Darkseid thrashed around in agony. "You will pay for that, girl of steel," he bellowed. He shot his Omega beams wildly, not caring who or what they hit. Supergirl moved in close and battered Darkseid with blow after blow, using all her speed and strength. But Darkseid would not go down easily. They spilled higher and higher into the air, trading world-shattering punches and battling across the burning skyline of Apokolips. After a massive blow from Darkseid that almost took her into orbit, Supergirl steeled herself for a final attack. Putting all her remaining power into one massive punch, she struck Darkseid square in his chin. His head snapped back, and the rest of his body went limp. Darkseid, ruler of Apokolips, fell out of the sky and slammed into the ground below, defeated at last. Supergirl floated down after him, battered and exhausted, but ultimately triumphant. The threat of Darkseid was no more. Darkseid's minions like Darkseid, Granny Goodness, and the female Furies try to defend their master when Supergirl first arrives on Apokolips. She has to fight through them to even reach Darkseid. Darkseid nearly kills Supergirl at one point with his Omega beams, but she is able to recover at the last moment due to the rays from a yellow sun that she had stored up in her cells. Supergirl has to battle Darkseid's many parademons who swarm to defend him. She is overwhelmed by their numbers, but keeps fighting through sheer will and determination. Supergirl tries to reason with Darkseid at first to give up his evil ways, but Darkseid only mocks her idealism. He believes that power and control over others is the only purpose in life. Supergirl is horrified by the conditions on Apokolips and the suffering of its people under Darkseid's rule. She knows she has to stop him not just for Earth, but for all the planets under his grip. When Darkseid is defeated, there is chaos on Apokolips as various factions try to seize power. Supergirl has to work with the new gods like Highfather and Lightray to restore some measure of order before returning home. Supergirl returns home battered and weary, but overjoyed that she was able to defeat one of her most powerful adversaries and free the universe of his evil. She is celebrated as a true hero of her age. Darkseid's defeat creates a power vacuum that later causes trouble for the universe. But for now, there is a reprieve from his sinister machinations. Supergirl has earned a hard-won victory.